Hello, Samu. Right, so what is the current offset? That would be the previous member offset plus the previous member size rounded up to the nearest multiple of the the alignment of this object. Yeah, the CPP alignment. Which I believe is done by dividing it by the CPP alignment minus 1. And then multiplying it by CPP alignment. Which is a complete bullshit. I mean, of course, adding CPP plus minus 1 and then dividing it by CPP alignment and then multiplying it by CPP alignment. So if this is already a multiple of CPP alignment, then adding this won't do anything. And just going to be floored by the divisions if it doesn't exist. And therefore we divide and multiply, and that's the same thing, so we get just this. And if it is even one more, then CPP alignment is added to it. So this is also always divisible by CPP alignment. So this is a multiple of the CPP alignment, depending on whatever the previous member size is. And then we return the required offset minus the current offset. I think this should fix our problem. For example, the case in question, the case that went wrong has a previous member offset of 0, a member size of 4. Our member size is 128. Sorry, how is member size even relevant here? Oh, right, the alignment, CP alignment. The alignment of our current member. I'm gonna add that maybe as a separate thing. Expression size type. So that is required member alignment. And elsewhere I'm calling this enforced alignment. So maybe I should do that. Use that here as well. In 100 years. So this is 0, this is 12, this is 128, this is 16, the GCD of 1628 is 16, so this is 16. And then we get the previous member offset plus the previous member size is 12. Plus 15 divided by 16 is 1 times enforced alignment is 16, so the current offset becomes 16. And the required offset is 16, and therefore the padding becomes 0 instead of 12, and that should fix it. The compile incantation jingle is being played here. Oh no, static assertion failed. Yes, it did, because I just wanted to print this. I no longer want to print it, I just wanted to do its thing. Make. I should add an alias for this. I mean, come on, if I type this, what do you think I mean? Might as well mean add an alias for it. And it compiled. It works. We have fixed it. This time I'm pretty sure that really is bug free. Yeah, now it really works. Just totally really works. And let's delete this again. Sure, no. I'm going to turn this in a vec3 and then see that it still works, right? And yes, we're going all the way, as in use Z again. To X, and then 1 is Y and 2 is Z. Z and Z. What's in a test? No, honing in Topf. All I have is this. This is the application that I have. Now it might seem like nothing, but it is 2 pipelines that draw a triangle where their corners are, the coordinates of the corners are read from a uniform buffer. And that's what I'm testing. Uniform buffers. I also have this application, which is working as well still, so that's good. And I have nothing else to show except code, of course. Oh, I already have almost 1 million lines of code. Not all of that is my code. Most of it is, though. I might have written 500,000 lines of code already. Took me 20 years, but hey. So the code that I wrote in the last 2 years or so is this 38,000, and that's also not all my code, I think. I think this comes a lot closer. Grab minus v external. Nope, that didn't work. There's something with these aliases. Yeah, I don't get it. PRS. Test, vulkan. Yeah, it is really my code. So I did write 83,000, almost 39,000 lines of code in 2 years' time. How much is that per day? Let me calculate it. Let's say, I don't know, lots of comments. Let's say 38,000 divided by 365 divided by 2 is 50 lines per day, 52. 50 lines per day was not that bad over a 2 years' time. I think I reached another milestone here. I don't know what else to test. I think this just works, except for well, let's start with committing everything again. Get commit minus 8. Wait, get status. Did I see a dirty thing there? CW, yeah. Let's do this one first. Git diff. Okay, git commit minus A. It's kind of a really silly thing. I don't like it at all. Let me Google it. Maybe there's a better solution already on the net somewhere. Print types during compilation. C++ print type during C. That's exactly what I want. How to output C++ type during compilation. It's even a Stack Overflow question. Implicit instantiation of undefined template which type something. Yeah, it's not bad, I have to admit that. I like this. That's a better solution than what I did. And then what else is there? If you want to get the type information at runtime, no I don't. Pretty function. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Now this is the diplomacy that I don't have. They start with great solution. Well, it is just totally wrong. It's not even what he asked. Great solution. However, I am looking for a compile time solution, moron. to print the type information. Idiot. Okay, so this is the only thing that Stack Overflow comes up with. There's more of it. 42. Printf. Yeah, right. I like this one better. I like this one better. C plus 20, even better. Print type name auto requires false. Yeah, great. Print type name, foo. That is for, yeah, why not? If your T is more complex, e.g. that, and you want to specifically find out key type, or V, you can do that as follows. Unsatisfiable C is false, that's a concept, I guess, and template unsatisfiable concept key type name value T, print key type, standard vector, standard key type, yeah, and yeah. That's a bit too specific then, isn't it? Here's another runtime solution. Another runtime solution, which is the accepted answer. How does that work? Not compile time. Boing. There is a boost type index library, apparently. No examples in this answer. No link. Oh. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm gonna go for this one, I think. Looks neat-ish. No, that is the same problem as what I had. This is a function call. And that doesn't work in global namespace. You can only do this in a function then, or in some kind of scope. Yeah, here too. Most solutions seem to be for scopes. Most, all of them. Okay, I don't know. Let's not commit yet. I'm using Linux. So this is what I copied. Apparently we need a utility. Nobody knows why. If not, define debug. Wait a minute. What are my other includes then? If dev debug, else CW debug. I think it's a CW debug only thing. Just add it here. Horribly unclear where I have to add this. Undo. I like that place better. Yeah, okay. I like my name better though. So still static print. Okay, but the problem of this thing is that it's more or less the same as what I did, just slightly cleaner. But this is not going to compile and use it in global namespace. Therefore, it would be better if I just make it a struct and then use it as a declaration, isn't it? What is this? I want to print it like this. Do static print. Let's begin with this as an attempt. Then we do uniform buffers. Static print, I can now do man, that's not easy, is it? Maybe what I would like is just that I can do this. So there, that looks like I want to print something. But the only thing that's going to work everywhere is when this is going to allocate something. Try to create something of this type. And I don't think that's doing it. Looks very much like a function. Maybe if we do this, it looks more like a declaration. Well, then it's a nameless declaration. I'm not sure if that is allowed. As in, I don't think that's allowed. Let's see what kind of compile error this gives. Quick compile error. Not the compile error you are looking for. Yeah, okay, that looks like nonsense. And if I do something that's less nonsense, it's probably just not going to know the template parameters of the thing, or I don't know. I'm just trying things. No, it's not going to work either. Invalid use of non-static data member top position V. Yeah, okay. totally true. So the best thing we can get is something like declaration type of that thing. Pretty sure of it. And now I have a type. So now this would be the temporary attempt again, which of course also won't compile. Yep. And then this should compile, but it's as dirty as it was before. Might as well put an auto in front of it. I think I'm going to use a macro. Macros to the rescue. Debug static print. Static print type. And we have to pass a type. So let's do declaration type. And now you can do whatever you want. Define debug static print type. The type, and define that as I guess auto. And then we're back at exactly what I had. What I had before. Well, almost. Oh boy, I changed debug.h again. Then you're doing it wrong, Kevin. Did you Google it, Kevin? Do you want me to Google it? Try to remember if I have an application that takes a single button. Well, this application does, but I'm using an XCB. That's probably not what you want. Well, ncurs would work for Linux, and then terminals. If you have a graphics application, you need something else. No matching function for call to static print. Da, 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 da. Oh. So I have to change debug.h again. Painful. Yeah, not passing anything, right? Do you think this works? I'm trying a lot. It's basically saying I have no idea, so I'm just trying something. Well, that's better. Static assertion failed, compilation failed because you wanted to know the type below. No debug always false, and now we get the type. Yeah, let's rename always false to something that makes more sense in this context. And then I guess we can do with it. What about nah, let's make it more professional. Because the type is isn't there a standard always false or something like that? Feels something very basic. Always false. I don't know, just there's an always false here, but it's not in. Suppose there's no support for it. You have to implement it yourself, okay? Well then, we did. Here it is. Well, this is of course not C++ 20. Probably should use a concept indeed. So how does that work? Is it not just concept? All is false is standard false. Something like this. And I use these kind of things for my classes. Now we don't have this. And now we do concept always false. Almost scary. Is this going to work? It's not going to work. I think I need a requires there or something. We had it here somewhere. Concept. You just put the requires false behind the print. Okay, we can do this. Or this. Just is false, okay. Satisfiable. Maybe just is false. I don't know. Let's try this one. Nope. The requested type is was not declared in the scope. Expected primary expression before. It's strange, isn't it? No, it's not strange. I deleted it. Aha. Yeah, now we're using a concept instead of a static assert. So should this work then? Apparently this works. The razor stone, what exactly I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get the compiler to print a type during compilation. And I think that's only possible by causing an error and then have it print a type as a part of the error. Just a new debug utility that I'm adding. No matching function for call to static print. And then we have the type here, right here. That's the type. No, that's the type. That's the type. Candidate requires concept always false. Template argument deduction substitution failed. No constraint is not satisfied. Requires with T. So here's even more beautiful. It really prints here the full T between square brackets. Yeah, that's too long. But very clear is it not. I would rather have, you know, some short error that just says, you wanted to know the type, blah, 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 blah. Something like that. I mean, there's a whole fucking page. Sorry for the F word. So I'm not happy with it. But let's leave it like this. I don't know. I'm going to move the macro anyway to this file then. And then we call it well, I mean, we call it a macro. Well, hello everyone. That's a good thing. Oh, the good thing. Oh, the. And we are compiling so often and it's no fun anymore. 38,000 lines of code being recompiled every time I change the debug.h header. Okay, but well, that worked then. Okay, and so I'm going to delete this print here. Right. Well, and then we have another thing to do, namely support arrays for for top position itself. So an array of top positions. And then the first thing that I will have to figure out is, of course, the syntax that I want to use here for this. I don't think this needs changing. This is just still the same thing. In fact, this is just the layout of the top position struct. So that doesn't change. And this is the definition of the struct top position. So that does also not change. This remains the same. However, if I want to have a uniform buffer or an array of these things, either I would need to support an array of structs, which is definitely not working, and I really don't feel like supporting it. An array of structs would be something like I already have a struct, so like this, top position is a struct, and then I could add yeah, something recursive. I think I have to do another layout declaration then for another struct, which then contains a vector of top positions. So something like also same, or maybe it should inherit it. And of course this line is the same, and then we could add a layout. Really? Does it want an indentation of 4? Oh. Shall I make it happy? No. Let's not make it happy. I like this better. So we do something like top position, 100 top positions. Yeah, if I would add support for this, then I can make an oh no struct and then make a uniform buffer of the oh no. And then I would have an array of 100 top positions. But that then now in this case, top position is a simple, what is it? It's not even defined at this point. You have to do it here below the declaration of top position. This should not compile because it doesn't know how to handle structs. So I'm going to test that if it indeed gives us an error. Oh, you have to do that by hand. Oh yeah, like here, struct top position. Might as well include that in the macro. Yeah, so there's no specialization of struct member for top position arrays, or for just top positions for that matter. Already thinking about how I could support this. It is possible, I guess. Yeah, why not? It's a good editor. The best. What shall we do next? This is not compiling because we don't have a struct member specialization for things that do have a specialization for whatever the thing was called. So we could add that, and then this really becomes insanely more difficult. It might take me 2 whole weeks. I don't know if it's worth it. Or yeah, especially if it is sensible to put that much time into something that I might never even use or need. The problem is that I could add, say, shall I try it or shall I not try it? I would also have to do it in 2 steps, I think. This is an array of structs. I don't even support structs alone without the array. So let's say I try that. So we're not doing an array. Just trying to make an I want to have this struct included into the layout declaration. Why not? Oh, that wouldn't work. I don't think that will work. No, that won't. That would not work. Damn it. That is, it would work if I would. Not. No, damn it. Damn. I never even ever tried it, but I don't think this will work. Cannot work. No, let's try it anyway. Do this like this. Struct in S. Nope, does not work. Can also demand that I wrap this whole thing inside the namespace. What is the problem of that? That might actually work. Okay, maybe not a good idea, because now it's always struct, and if I do it myself, I can make it a class if I want to. Although, no, that don't, yeah, nah. Nah, it should be a struct. No other fancy things should be added, I think. Yeah, A45. Have you checked if your CN is still good? If it doesn't work, sounds like you got into an error state. In namespace, I'm declaration of struct vulkan shader builder specialization classes. In namespace, I'm which does not enclose it. Yeah, so that definitely is not working. This is not working. That was nonsensical. Diff. Why don't you post your code on, make a small test case on Wendbox or Godbolt. Although standard in on those websites is maybe not going to work. Okay, so without an array here, our array is not really. No, but there are websites for it. You can paste it somewhere. Invalid use of incomplete type. So it's again not overloaded for top position. Yeah. Now, if I would want to add support for this, and I don't, then I would have to make a specialization for struct member. And I think that's the only things that we have, right? This is layout, yeah, okay. Compute max alignment. Okay, so we have a concept X layout, and now we need a specialization. With a concept for yeah, well, give me the URL then. Don't sit there. What is a good name for the concept? I'm a bit confused because this has a name layout, and now I'm passing a struct. Doesn't even look like a concept then. Like a struct. What am I passing here? Is a good question. I probably should not pass the struct. I should pass the layout. Yes, that's what I should do. I should pass the whole layout. Which means think this thing, right? Shader variable layout. So we could call it concept shader variable layout. No elements yet. Yeah, you put it on a paste bin. Well, nice. Really nice. So it sits on the paste bin now, the code. See the variable layout. Small like that thing there. Okay. Okay, so what does this thing require? Oh, you cannot paste URLs. Oh no. The chat does not allow you to paste URLs. You can paste it in Discord. I can paste URLs. So there's an invite for the Discord server. And then you can paste your URL there. Yeah, in general, please. No private messages. Brought to you by A45. Well, that was not a lot of code, I have to admit that. I'll just compile it. So, launch a new console, VI A45.cpp, insert, paste. So it's indentation deliberate. Int age, standard string name. Print nothing to standard. Why do you do this? Empty string, that doesn't print anything. Read in age. That's an int, or you type an int. Now I print again, nothing. Did I miss something? Well, I want to copy this. Nope, just empty strings. That is also doesn't print anything. Get line, standard in cn name. Right. So this works, doesn't it? And now you say, if I do it the other way around, so we read this first, yeah, this just gobbles up the whole line. There's nothing left anymore. Well, what's the problem that that it prints empty lines if you do? I do test. This is well, even like this, you know, the hello world. Well, this works, right? Your problem was that it did not work, but it works. No, it doesn't. I'll explain how it works, but yeah, well, you get here, it blocks on this line because it wants to get input, and you're getting nothing until you press enter. You get that? No input at all until you press enter. So if you type 1, 0, still nothing, still blocking here. Enter. At that moment, it gets the input, it reads 10, and it reads nothing, because you pressed enter. And then it prints this, and the program terminates. And if you type 1, 0, hello world, enter, then it reads 10 here and hello world here. So what you want is that it gobbles up the enter and then waits for a new enter. Isn't it like getC or something? No, that's what is that called? You do never use input. Get C, get ch, get char. I don't know. Get C does not exist. Get char, yeah. There's a get char. Read next character from standard char. It's the equivalent of get C from standard in. Right, so you do ding ding get char. So now I can type 58, enter. Now the enter what is eaten by the get char. And then we again an enter, and then it eats that with the get line. So you probably want this, but yeah, that you also have to add the error detection. You know, if someone typed some weird stuff, it might, or maybe 2 enters. I don't know, something like. If what you read is empty, you can start over. That would also work. I think, for example, if you do, you don't say we don't even read this. We just do this. While name is empty. So you don't accept empty input. Compile this. And I type 58, enter. Now it did eat the enter with the get line, but then the name was empty, so it does it again until I type something. So I think this is a better solution, because then you just skip all the enters. You can type enter as many as you want. I can do 10, lots of enters, something. Oh no, I deleted it. Oh, my console is gone. Damn. Yeah, I've not much experience with user input, because I never did that. I'm more than doing stuff in networking and or just mathematical things. So the computer crunches data and then prints output, but seldom user input. I've always hated that, because humans can type so many wrong things that the half of your code has to exist of detection of weird things that people can type. Always hated that. Right, so now I want to have a concept for this thing. And what is a thing? I don't know. So this is struct member. Wait a minute, what am I doing here? What is this? Oh, I just specialization. Repeat the template parameters. Yeah, all modern GPUs supported in the sense that it is not in the CPU at all. It's just a driver. So if there is a Vulkan driver for you for your GPU, then that would be really weird if it didn't work. If it wasn't supported, pretty sure it will be supported unless you have a very, very old GPU. I don't know. Let me just compile this, see what happens. Missing comma. Expected everything except a Spanish comma. Again, now it's whining. Expected auto or declaration time after concept. Oh, I'm being an idiot. Yeah, I just couldn't think of a name. Joe, I don't know what. I don't know. Now finally give me an error that I can do something with. Tomorrow, well, was nice to have known you. I suppose they will shut down your internet after that. Ambiguous template instantiation for struct vulkan shader builder struct member. Ah, frek en spier. What's that English? I pull a muscle. That hurts. These are the kind of moments that you miss it, that your partner doesn't exist. I need someone to massage my neck at the moment. Okay, now it's still not very useful because Sagittarius, at what point in your life did you choose to pursue C++ full time? That was when I learned the syntax of C++. I was already coding full time-ish. And then I learned C++ and I was like, oh my god, this is exactly how I code. How I think. And I think I was referring to the object-oriented part of it. I just loved it. It was so on topic. It was perfect to code in. Fell immediately in love with C++. I've never been using another language since. And valid use of incomplete type. And then they started adding templates. I mean, this was way before templates existed, right? Just to make clear that I didn't fall in love at first sight with templates and stuff like that. There was no STL, there were no templates. There was almost nothing. Just the object-oriented stuff. So, first edition of Bjorn's two-strip ideas. Right. We need to, I want to inverse this, inverse the requirement. How do you do that? Because the existing stuff must compile. And therefore it must not match this. And I cannot use this because then I've got the word again. Ambiguous, right? Then it's ambiguous, it doesn't know which one to use. And I want the other thing, yeah, I don't know, something like not required. I don't know how to do that. Let's search it. Invert C++ concepts, invert concept. Requires not something. Not its reference. Hey, bright. Control F, inverse. Inverse or invert? Nothing exists here. I don't think I can find it. How about we just try it? Put an exclamation mark in front of requires. Well, that's nice of you to say, Mr. A45. Yeah, what is this? Expected. Seems that this worked. But top position, yeah, I'm using the wrong top position. It should not be using. I should not be using this top position that is declared here. Hell, I should just be able to do it up here. So for the layout here, I want to use this top position. Okay, it is this top position. Yeah, it is. But there is no need to declare it first, I think. I just need a layout, so this should compile as well. Then it is an incomplete thing, but I don't really care. So this declaration makes a specialization. No, not again, really. There. This makes a specialization for top position. Class name is top position. I'm just going to go for this specialization here, I think. So I want this to exist. I want this to exist. That's what I want. what happens if this is not being done? Then we get the non-specialized version, which is it doesn't exist, does not exist. That seems not correct. Share of variable layouts. Yeah, here. Okay, it's undefined. Well, that's good enough. So I want it to exist and be defined. Well, how can we check that? Apparently you could try to instantiate it, right? That should work. So then I'm going to I guess this is the containing class, right? Yeah. This is the containing class. So I want the containing class to exist. And must be possible to instantiate it. I'm not sure if this compiles. I'm pretty new to this concept stuff as well. Well, we can just try what feels logical and then go from there. Yeah, good luck with the XM, nice guy. You can always code an AI during the XM and then have the AI help you. Well, that's scary. It still compiles. What the heck? Did we get horribly lucky here? I guess this just worked. Whoa. Apparently that concept works. Well, this is still the containing class. What? Now I have two containing classes. Oh no. Okay, what did go wrong there? It's a different containing class. Aha, okay. Yeah, so it's a it's a containing class of a member. Let's call it the member containing class. No, it's not correct. More like containing class member. It's a member of the containing class. And now we have this concept. I might as well use this. Because that exists. And then I have a shader builder specialization classes, which is actually that's just this thing here. Which is then the base class, so it's derived from the base class. And thus you have a containing class now, and a standard and a prefix even. Let's see what this does. Invalid use of incomplete type, struct vulkan shader builder, struct member my uniform buffer, top position, utils template string little for gar foo. It's trying to instantiate it in line 197. I have to see what the F that is, because okay. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's utter nonsense. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm doing something nonsensical. Nonsensical. That's what we have. I can define it, however. So using yeah, no, I don't know where this is going. This is not what I wanted. It's constructing the template. It is making a prefix here. I need to do that, I suppose. So maybe it really just... It already did that. Do you have this? Struct member. No. Nope. I think that the layout type here is maybe that thing then. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. Doesn't feel correct. So yeah, I need to figure out a layout type such that that layout type can be passed to layout. In other words, it must be the X layout. So I want to know the AX layout of containing class member, and the only way I would ever be able to get that is by using this specialization. But I don't see it because that's just this. And it doesn't have anything. I think I need to access this. That's what I need to access. That has a lot of information. Yeah, you see, there it is. This is a specialization. And then I just take struct layout of that. And then the declaration type and the members tuple of that. Now we have the tuple already. So I can define the members tuple template. I think this comes super close. So that is already in data, which is the base class of the but then I have to define it first. I can maybe better do it again. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Let me see. Can just get the members tuple directly there. The containing class and the members tuple. Well, containing class we already have. Yeah. I don't know. For now, I'm just doing it, copying it, I think. So we can define a members tuple, which is then this thing here, where the containing class is given, shader. So this is suddenly not the same as that. What the hell? But it's shader builder is using namespace. That. So that is the same thing. And then struct layout, members tuple, etc. Now I have the members tuple, and then from the members tuple I should be able to get the alignment, and I think I can get alignment from the last tuple. So this is kind of I don't know what the layout type is. Yeah, I need a new class for that, I think. Need a lot of new stuff. basically this has to be something new. And that must provide the alignment anyway. Yeah, I deleted it. So I cannot. Yeah, just wrap the get line in a do while and name.empty. Okay, so I think this should be an X layout thing. And the current X layouts that I have are array layouts, member layouts, and basic type layout. Now, basic type layout is clear. That's just a basic type. Member layout is accumulating the max alignment. That's what we're going to need. So this should be the layout of each member of something that's mostly used to build the whole thing, I think. Build the tuples. Build the tuple. Containing class contains this member, yeah. X layout, the layout of the member. Oh, now we have suddenly struct layout as an X layout. I thought that member layout was an X layout. Pretty sure it is. You know, we have a specialization for member layout of layout. Don't tell me I've never used that. It's, you know, that's completely possible. That's really weird. think a member layout are the types in the tuple. Oh yeah, a tuple of all member layouts. So the next layout is a member layout. So every layout in the tuple is a member layout. And hopefully the first one as well. First member layout, also a member layout. Yeah. I guess struct layout is the thing that is returned from make struct layout, so that is the tuple. Yep. So struct layout is just a tuple. It's constructed from a tuple, it looks like. Oh, this is struct member. Confused between struct member and struct layout. This is struct layout is yeah, it constructed from a tuple. Doesn't contain anything. It just defines the tuple by passing it to the constructor as an instance, but console is not an IDE. It's just a terminal. So the advantage is that it has true colors and that it fills my whole screen without all kinds of distracting nonsense left and right and top and bottom. I just want to see code. Okay, I'm really confused here. I think I'm gonna stop. And, continue when I feel fresh. All this time I told myself that I was not going to do this. Support structs of structs, and then even arrays of structs that contain arrays of structs. I'm an idiot. Why would I do this? But then it is intriguing. It's intriguing. Yeah, I feel like calling this struct layout, but that already exists. Struct layout. Then what the hell is that? Shouldn't I be calling this then the members tuple? No, that's this thing. That's the parameter. Okay, so we have a lot of tuples. We have a lot of members. Each member has a layout. Altogether, they form the members tuple. And then this then is the layout of the whole struct with all those members. So it makes sense, the name. So maybe I do need a struct layout actually, now I think about it. This is what I need. This is what I need, right? This contains everything I want. Haha. It is a struct layout. The fucking struct layout has all the information that I need. Even the alignment. Yeah, alignment. Max alignment. Ah. Progress. I need to create a struct layout from the members tuple, and I just made a members tuple. Didn't I? I did. This, my friends, is simply a struct layout constructed from the members tuple. It's not that simple, but I think that's the direction that I want to go in. So why is it not working? Well, for one reason that it is not working is because struct layout is not defined yet. That's defined. Where is that defined? Was it already defined? Here struct layout defined, and here I'm using it. It is already defined. Ah. Okay, so but I need to construct it from. Let's see, the struct layout is I don't need to construct it. I can just state the type. I need to pass a members tuple. But that feels like a different thing than this one, I have to say. This is the members tuple. How about we just skip this whole thing altogether, and I'm just filling in the members tuple. So that's the members tuple. And then we have here one open, one close, declaration type, type name, another one. GD. like that. Type name, declaration, type of shader builder, the containing class struct layouts, and then the members tuple of that. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, really? Nah, okay. If I didn't have my PC, what would I do? Error, incomplete type, vulkan shader builder specialization classes, shader variable layout, my uniform buffer, used in nested name specifier. Yeah, but that shouldn't happen. It should use top position, not my uniform buffer. Help, what happened? It's the wrong containing clause. We need the containing clause member here. Yep. I was almost afraid it would compile. Okay, in instantiation, const expression, concise type, struct member, alignment, required from, make struct layout with first member is struct layout, struct member my uniform buffer, comma, top position. Full. Rest members don't exist. Required from here. Error, alignment is not a member of layout struct layout. So I did not specialize layout for struct layout. Thought I did that, and if I didn't, then yeah, actually that makes sense that I didn't do that. Standard tuple, struct layout, standard tuple, member layout, top position, shader builder basic type layout, top position, unused one, comma, top position, okay, wow, I'm impressed. So I have to specialize, which thing didn't exist? A layout for, we have to specialize layout to accept the struct layout. It's coming all together. Oh yeah, let's do this. PI. Wait, let me give a Let's get in the neighborhood of things. Okay, I need specialization for layout. So here is something that does nothing, and then we have a specialization for basic type, member layout, and array layout. And that's it. And then comes struct layout, and now we're going to add a specialization for whatever template you're going to need for that. Nobody knows. Let's just go with it. Struct layout, probably the same thing as struct layout, right? Which is just a member tuple. Okay, so copy this. Now we have a struct layout, and might as well do it here. Struct, yeah, this is exactly the same that I did everywhere else. Layout, namely, I first declare, let's say, array layout, and then immediately below that the specialization for the layout of that layout, and this template is repeated there. It's simply exactly the same thing. And now we need to add support for struct layout. It all comes together, doesn't it? And no, we still don't know if this is correct. I probably should test that. So specialization for struct layout that takes a member tuple. Is that the only argument that we take here? I guess. Of course it is. And now we have to fill in these things. And then it works. Array layout, that's not what we have here. We have a struct layout. The X layout is a struct layout in this case, I guess. That would be a good guess, right? So from now on, X layout includes struct layouts. It did not before. Let me remove this because this is too specific for arrays. And I'm going to look at the specialization of, I don't know, something else. Let's start at the top. Basic type, that's a bit too simple. Member maybe. So the offset is, the offset would be, I don't know, X layout type offset. Does struct layout have an offset? Unfortunately, it doesn't. I have an alignment and a size, so no offset. This seems to be just X layout type. Or can I wrap an layout X? That would not work, don't we? Then we have a circular dependency, right? It's nonsensical. But I can just use this one, layout, that would be this one, which is the max alignment of all the members. That's perfect. And the size, that one is also known. At least struct layout has a size. Sorry, yeah, struct layout has a size here. The round up to multiple, it's the last member offset plus last member size, and then round it up to the alignment. That seems totally correct. Array stride, okay, that's funny. An array stride for a whole struct. What is the array stride of my struct? Isn't it just... I'll just have to read my own documentation, I guess. Nobody knows this one, and this one doesn't exist yet. So you have to fill those two in. CD source vulkan shader builder. Readme layout. Yeah, but what is the offset? Offset is, I think, I just have the size of a struct here. We do not have a rule number 14. The array stride of a struct. I think this is going to be it. It's just a larger value of the alignment and size. And also rounded up to 16. It's probably exactly the same thing for a struct. So I can just add that because I have alignment and size already, and we have the standard. So I can just add it in array stride. Yeah. Now I also have a function somewhere with this magic in it. Maybe I can call it. So if this array stride is the maximum of the alignment and the size, but this one works with scalar type rows and calls and stuff like that. So probably not really useful. Let's just redo that then. Wait a minute, now I have to look at it again because it's still doing something. As standard, it's just using standard max twice. And then in the end we have to use this. Okay, now this standard is defined here. So we have a standard. I can just get the standard also from the X layout. These are not necessary. And this then works on array stride, but it's not it's the simple array stride. Let's call this the yeah, the non 140. Okay, whatever, non 140 array stride. Alignment and size. So we get a larger value of alignment and size. And in the case of standard, it must be rounded up to 16 if it was smaller. So we have the array stride now. Now the last one is the offset. I'm afraid that is difficult, very difficult. Let's see how I calculated it in other cases. Members tuple. The members tuple has an offset. But this is then I get an I don't know what it is. So again, was a member. Yeah, this is yeah. It's the memo layout. Here's the memo layout. That has an offset. So I need to get the memo layout then from we need to get the member layout of and then the offset. The memo layout of I have no clue. How can I get the member layout here? Don't have that. Okay, let's type in something that doesn't compile, and then at least we get some compile error. So this X layout type is a struct layout, and it does not have an offset. There's no offset here. So this is a struct layout. So it's going to give a compile error that struct layout does not have an offset, and then we see what the type is of, for example, the member tuple and stuff like that. Maybe that gives me a hint. Well, that was more error than I expected. It's more wrong. Non-matching function for call to max const size type and unsigned int. God, it's doing that again. Unsigned int, right? Why is it an unsigned int? Because I say it is. Okay. Well, it worked in the other case. It worked before. I can change 16 into a size type, but aren't you curious why the other one did work? The other one. I got the other one from a function called arrayStride. And here arrayStride is an uint32. It's a whole different world here. Everything is much smaller. Well, yeah, my arrayStrides here are not uint32s. Maybe they should be. It's a size type right here. It's a size. They could be, but why would I? It's all compile time. Let's live large. I don't know where I was. Is that something with standard max? I think this was it, yeah. Okay, and then we'll use unsigned long. Is it long enough? You're never sure, right? Just make a size type. 16. No. No. What? And at the same time my voice starts distorting again. Maybe I should just stop the stream. So I really don't feel like restarting my thing now. Why on the earth does it compile? And work? Seriously? I think that's shocking. That's pretty shocking. I think also it's a nice moment to stop because my voice is distorted, and if I stop the stream and restart it, it might get fixed. No, it won't. I'll have to do it anyway. Let me fix it. The stupid thing is I have to disconnect them all like this, or oh, again, this works. No, wait. Session, patch bay, not session. Patch bay. That didn't work. What the hell, dude? Yep. Hello. Yes, we're back. And well, it's amazing. It just almost works. I mean, it works, but I still have to add support for arrays of structs. Well, it compiles, so it didn't really test it. Shall we really test it? As in, putting something in front of it, layout, float, unused. And then I'm creating a struct declaration for it. Where is it? My buffer. My uniform buffer. Oh, my uniform buffer. Yeah. And that's then 0 and 1. And the first one is, that's this one. And the second one is top position foo. Not even sure if this already compiles, because this is another attack on my code, right? Member is defined as offset align and resize. Oh yeah, that's maybe not entirely going to work. Or is it? No, I don't know. So the second macro argument, persistent, isn't it? How about I set it on fire? Member, second argument, is member type, which is now passed as the first template argument to offset, align, and resize. Which is T, which is then passed as the second template argument to padding, aligned, and resize. which is still a T, and which is then passed to align and resize twice. That should work. I don't think it gives a damn about. Or does it? It's T is only used here in align and resize. So that becomes this T then, and it becomes a wrapped type of T. We do this. We have a size of T. That's it. It's going to work. There's no problem whatsoever. The wrap type of T. Is that just this, or I have a concept base type, and the rest. Yeah. The rest is this. That's not a built-in type, so we just get this. So that works. I think it works. Offset, align and resize. Just working for a random type. Amazing, amazing. In other words, if I do right quit all and then make, it is going to compile. Is my guess. I just checked it. Damn it. In instantiation of required from, required by substitution of, required from here. I'm going to have a look at that before we read the rest. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely the problematic thing there. Error, round up to multiple of was not declared in this scope, and no declarations were found by argument dependent lookup at the point of instantiation. And it's trying to round up to multiple of. Oh, it's just defined too late. So we find the line 244 while we need it now in 132. I need it here, and it is defined later on. That seems like easy enough to fix. I have a feeling that I want to just move everything struct layout below that point. When is struct layout exactly being used then? Struct layout. Struct layout is being used in struct member. which is also above this point, right? Yeah. Well, we can move everything down there, I think, including the macros even. Or struct layout concept belongs to that. Struct member is a specialization of arrays here, another struct member. So the main question is, do we use struct members in that part? I don't think so. I have a struct member here, but that's a template parameter. I'm going to try to move all of this to above struct layout, array layout. Might as well put it all the way at the top, I have the feeling, otherwise it would be a bit strange. Let's try put it here, helper classes. Nope, layout was not declared. Oh boy. I'm not sure if the specializations already need to be defined at that point. I don't think so. So layout is being used here. For the rest, we don't use anything, right? So we do layout. Let's move this above it and then hope that everything still works. Yeah, I'm new in coding. What is your first suggestion to me? Start the fuck coding now. What are you doing watching my stream while you could be typing? No food for you until you printed the first 10,000 prime numbers on your screen. Did we get an error here? And if we did, what was it? Memory layout does not name a type. Seriously? Now it's wanting to have memory layout as well. Okay, I might have been wrong about only the layout is needed. We also need a memory layout, which is defined here. Okay, I'll move it down again. So we move everything down again. Let's move it down to below member layout. Here's member layout. And then we get array layout, but I have to do it before struct layouts. That's really dirty. Isn't there a member layout? Yeah, I don't know. Array layout. It's just, I don't know. The only thing that has to be done is before struct layout. Nope. Struct layout was not declared. I guess I'm gonna have to move this separately lower then. I forgot what I was testing. Seriously, blanco mind. Oh, yeah, now I remember. It's this thing. I added this and it compiles. So yeah, I wanted to test using it. So instead of top position, I'm now going to use my uniform buffer. And then we have to access foo to get the top position. Oh my god. Blah, blah, blah. Correct project sources for my uniform buffer. Yeah, no, that's not what I wanted. Probably this window dot h top position. Well, it is defined in top position, so you can stay, but this becomes my uniform buffer. So now we have a uniform buffer slider that is not top position anymore, but my uniform buffer, which contains a top position struct. In other words, this becomes that, and then we get foo. That is the top position, and then v6z. Hope I'm doing this right. Yeah, looks right. So this must be cast to also to that, and that's the last thing that we have. Still called top buffer, but it is really a my uniform buffer pointer. And then we get a foo, and that has a v, and then the rest. Drum ruffle. Nothing works the first time, does it? An instantiation of blah 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 blah. required from here. Okay, I'm gonna look at that. The required from here phrases, pay attention to them. Oh, that's not expected. That's pretty random. Quite from here, there are no matching function for call to uniform buffer, my uniform buffer, add uniform buffer member, standard tuple element, number 1 of standard tuple of a member layout with unused, and then a member layout, my uniform buffer, I think I'm missing something. I don't know what. What are we missing? Candidate. Templates. Right, add uniform buffer is in need for another overload. Let's go here. These are just definitions, declarations I mean. Add uniform buffer member. Huh? What? Oh, I'm an idiot. It's a template. It's a template, idiot. Those are defined in the header. There we are. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream because I have to put the old paper outside. Not really. Add uniform buffer. I can still reach the front door, so there's no problem. Okay, I'm having one for basic type layout and one for array layout. Um, yeah, I guess I can ignore the array layout because that's just support for arrays, which you don't have yet. Then what the heck is this? Don't tell me my uniform buffer must be constructed from a basic type layout. It's putting, oh, it's adding members, multiple members, one member at a time. Okay, yeah, oh, right, yeah, yeah. It's that part of the code. This is being added from here. So we are constructing the uniform buffer by passing an entry. Now, if you are a newbie to C++ and you see this code and you think, okay, I'm not gonna learn C++. This is too difficult. Then don't worry, you can go on years and years with C++ before you get to this stuff. And I only learned this, if I even learned it at all. I hardly learned it. It's one of it's something that I very recently heard about. Basically, these dot things. How are they called? I mean, it's so recent that my memory was already bad, so I don't know the phrase that belongs to it. Folding. Wow, I remembered something. Folding expressions. Yeah, there you can Google that. Folding expressions in C++. Tough stuff. Even the documentation is hard to understand. And I'll be honest, I didn't write this. I couldn't figure it out. One of the top gurus on IRC helped me with it. And it's basically his code, not mine. But what it does is it calls this function here, add uniform buffer member for each tuple. Each tuple member of that is in entry. Farah says, lol, I'm ruining my life. Okay, it's your life, you can ruin it. Rather ruining my brain, but it's the same thing, right? I'm just jumping to conclusions that you ruin your life when you ruin your brain. I don't know, I've always been pretty protective of my brain, if that's the right word. Yeah, And turtles, do you love turtles? Stefan, I think 2.5 years almost now. I would have to really look up the starting date, if I can find that at all. Probably the first commit to GitHub. Can we find it? I think I'm just gonna quit and then I have a little bit time left to do something else before I have to go to bed. If I wait longer, I'll just go later to bed. But I'm gonna try to find the first commit. I have to do 2 more commits. 2 more and then we are there. I almost finished. 2 more commits. I bet nobody noticed it. My jokes fall on deaf ears. Older. What about an end button? Verified. What the hell is that? Okay, I have 664 commits, and it's allowing me to do like 20 per click. Is it me, or am I going to have to do this 100 times? Pretty ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh, we're in January 2000. Oh, this is the last one. December 2020. Oh, not even 2 years. Oh, I feel a lot better now. Apparently, Santa Claus. Well, we have a Sinterklaas in Nederland. Well, we used to have it until certain people with long toes, long black toes, didn't want us to have this celebration anymore. That's on 6th December, so I was coding during Santa Claus' birthday. Why? Well, we don't celebrate it anymore. Oh, why is that? I can't talk about that. It's a political sensitive subject. It's clearly time that I stop my stream. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for being here.